much for tuning in. You know, I have to ask, how are you feeling? How are you doing today? Have you looked in the mirror and told yourself that you're beautiful, that you're worthy, that you can do this? If not, stop this video, go ahead and do that, and then come right back.
So this video, we're giving you guys an update on third year for this rotation that we're in. So I'm on OB right now.
And I'm on family medicine.
And for our school, OB is about 6 weeks, and family is 4 weeks.
Yeah.
So I've been on OB for 2.5 weeks. No. Yeah, I'll probably say 2 weeks total. And the first week I was on labor and delivery, so I was delivering babies, y'all, catching babies left and right. It was kind of crazy. Honestly, I did not think OB was gonna be like what it is. For example, so I had seen a baby delivery last year, and it was disgusting. I got woozy, and I wasn't even like scrubbed up. Like there was a lot of juices flying. I got like a headache. I got real like nauseous. It was not good. I thought I was gonna pass out. So this time around, you know, seeing the baby delivery, it was actually pretty cool. Like it was dope to be able to like, you know, hold the baby. Of course, the resident's hands was over mine, so I was getting assisted in the delivery. But you know, it was real cool to deliver babies and like see C-sections happen, all that stuff. And then the second week, I was on night shift. I'm not doing nights ever. My career field, I do not aspire to do any nights at all when I'm attending. And then this week I was in clinic, so it's pretty chill. But nights was pretty much like days. I was delivering babies. We didn't have C-sections like that. But I was delivering babies, managing patients who needed like management. Like, you know, patients who have like high blood pressure, glucose, high glucose.
She said managing patients that need management.
So basically it's called expected management for just waiting for the baby to be delivered. And when that baby come, they ain't waiting for nobody. You better be scrubbed up. You better be ready to catch that baby, because I have been in a situation where I'm scrubbed up. I'm like putting my gloves on, the baby's already out. I'm just like, sis. And the baby was like, I'm coming.
Period.
Be prepared. Be prepared. The babies don't care. But yeah, I'm getting an epidural. I'm getting all the drugs. Give me all the adequate drugs that's gonna alleviate my pain. Because these moms, they just be writhing in pain, and you can't really do nothing for them. Like at a certain point, you just have to like let them contract.
Yeah, I know. I think I'm on that. We'll see.
She gonna be my OB, y'all. I want to set the record straight, okay? I want all the epidural. Give me the highest dose. Give me the highest dose in my back, right here. Make sure I get all the doses, okay? Because sis, I don't do pain. I feel like I'm gonna have like one shot. Remember I said I wanted 4 kids? I think I'm gonna just do one. But they did say that after the first.
Yeah, they say it's easier after your first.
The first one takes the longest.
Slide out.
Your vagina's done pushed out a baby before, sis.
Yes, I just started family, like real fresh. So far it's cool. It's really busy, really fast paced. I like it. Family medicine, props to them because they literally have to do everything. Like the first day I saw, there was a lot of people like diabetes, hypertension, and then I saw a person with chest pain, and then I saw a person who needed a well woman exam, and then like another person who needed immunization. So it's like you have to like be on your toes and be quick with it. Like you have to know your information. You have to know your guidelines, because sis had me just researching guidelines for like most of the day, because it's so much of like being a family doctor. Like you have to know when they need to have their vaccinations. You need to know when they need to have certain screenings, when they need to have a pap smear, when they need to have a mammogram, when they need to have a colonoscopy, when they need to add a statin because they have a high ASCVD risk. Like you need to know a lot of things. And so like family medicine, I have a whole new appreciation just in this first week, because they do a lot and they have to know a lot. And so I know like a lot of people like downplay them and be like, oh, you know, anybody can do family medicine. Honestly, no. Like you have to be a very intelligent person, and you need to know how to like problem solve, because since they're not specialists at each little thing, they only know like so much about each certain thing. You have to know your stuff, and like you have to be able to know different things about different things. So yeah, so far it's cool. I mean, I don't know if family medicine's for me, but the lifestyle is nice so far, because like I get there at 8, and then my doctor's last patient is at like 3.
Really?
Yeah, and like she doesn't have patients from like 12 to 2. So like
really? That's perfect.
It's really nice. Like the lifestyle is really nice. I see why people want to do family medicine, and like it's not boring, because like you see different things all the time, depending on where you are, because we're in like the underserved area. So people who have diabetes and like who have hypertension, it's kind of like uncontrolled and poorly managed, and so you see like kind of ridiculous things because it's not managed. Either they don't have insurance, they're immigrants, so they like use like the gold card, because if you're in Houston, like you can have a gold card if you're undocumented. I hate that word, but if you're like undocumented,
you can.
Like you can get a gold card, and but then like there's a process for that. So I don't know, it's just like family medicine is a lot of teaching, a lot of education.
You have to be an advocate for your patient.
You have to be a strong advocate. You have to work with a lot of different people, a lot of different specialties, because we have like social workers, there's like an educationist, there's like nutritionists, like you can like refer them to all these things. And that's really cool about like the clinic that I'm at. They have everything. They have dental, they have optometry, they have like an education person, they have a nutritionist, like you can refer them to all these places. They have a pharmacy downstairs, so they don't have to go anywhere else to get their medications, which is awesome.
It's a one-stop shop.
Yeah, like they can literally get everything done. So I like where I am, and I like the experience so far. But as far as like what I'm doing, I mean, I just go in and take a history real quick because she has a lot of patients, so you can't be lingering. But yeah, you just go in and see a patient, and for family medicine, they're really particular on like your assessment and your plan. So they want to make sure that, okay, if this patient is like 53 years old, then what should we be doing for them? Like we need to tell them about their risk for cardiovascular disease. So should they be on an aspirin? Should they be on a statin? Like you have to know like those guidelines and apply them to each patient. So that would probably be like the hardest part about this, is like remembering everything. So when I like present my patient and like have the assessment and plan, like I know what to say. Like if they're 65 or older, I need to make sure they have like their pneumococcal vaccine, like like things like that. So I feel like that's just like the toughest part about family medicine. Just learning all those guidelines and all that stuff. But it's been pretty cool so far. I definitely feel like I want to do something more specialized, so I don't want to like know everything.
For OB, we still have to do like a history and physical for our patients. Like if they come into triage and we don't have any records of them in our system.
Triage?
Oh, sorry. So triage is basically, so in the hospital that we're at, they go to the ER and they can be sent up to our OB triage room, which is basically where we're assessing them for why they're here. And it's basically like a very short, like quick way to assess their acuity of their problems. Usually the nurse goes in and like assesses them first, and then sends the med students in there
to just talk.
To just talk. And then the thing, but essentially like at where I'm at, they treat us like residents in a sense. So like we go in there, we do the history and physical, we ask them like an assortment of questions about their past OB history, they've had children before, their past gynecology history, medical history, all that stuff, all the important pertinent facts.
Focused history.
But if we don't have any records, then we have to do a full complete history. And so basically after that, we get all the information, do the physical exam, we're assessing for a bunch of stuff. If they have high blood pressure, we have to assess if they have like certain symptoms. There are certain symptoms that go with each disease, and we have to assess for that. And of course, like with practice, you get used to like what to look for. And then we get practice reading the fetal heart monitors, like that's basically, the baby's heartbeat, and like what's the baseline is, the variability of the heart rate, like all that stuff. We get practice learning that, and then we present it to our resident. And when you present to your resident, essentially that's you practicing presentation, which is so important during your whole third-year experience. Like you need to be able to present a patient in a concise manner and in a way that is organized, logical. And then obviously the assessment and plan is the hardest part because yes, you have a lot of knowledge that you know about.
You only know so much.
You only know so much. And so third year is the opportunity for you to practice applying that knowledge to your patient. And so the residents do a good job of like helping me do that.
I feel like the hardest part is just like when you transition to a new rotation. Because like I had gotten the hang of like during like a neurology like presentation and like plan assessment, and then now to family, which is like everything, I'm like, oh crap, this person has excessive sweating. What symptoms do I ask them about? Like what associated symptoms do I need to ask? Like what's like the pertinent like review of systems that I need to ask? So like that's like for me, like I just have to like work on that now since I'm on family. Like just it's not gonna be the same thing. So I'm gonna have to get used to like asking like certain things for certain problems or whatever, and then presenting it the way that she wants it, and like having to add like all the guidelines and all that stuff. So like for your first week, it's probably gonna be trash in terms of like presentations and stuff like that. But as you get used to doing it more, like of course you're gonna get better. It's like by the end of the rotation, the goal is for you to be a lot better than you were when you started. So
and we also get evaluation. So like at the midpoint, we have a midpoint evaluation, which is like halfway through the rotation. How are you doing? Your attending checks in with you. How are you doing? Like what ways do you think you can improve? What do I see in you that you can improve? All that stuff. And then you have your final evaluation. For OB, we also have the residents evaluate us for like certain presentation styles and all that stuff. And like they're very like personal. They're closer to age within us, so like we're able to talk. We're able to feel more comfortable talking to them. That's just natural because you're always around them. The attending isn't around you as often, so they're able to like give us like feedback because they see our presentations more often. They see our behavior and like how we interact with our patients more often than the attending does. So we're able to get feedback from them. And yeah.
Except for family, I'm only with an attending. Like there's no residents because it's an outpatient clinic. So it's only attending. So I kind of like that one-on-one time because you don't usually get to spend as much time with the attending. So like it's cool to like, since she is the one doing my evaluation, like it's good that like I'm always with her. So if I do have any questions, I'm not asking the resident, I'm asking her. So she can know like I'm asking questions, sis. So like I'm interested. I'm trying to learn. Because I mean, unfortunately, you have to go out of your way to make it known that like you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. So especially when you are with residents and not you're attending all the time, because of course your resident sees that you're asking questions, you're involved, you're interested, you're doing things, but the attending doesn't always know that because they're not there. So, and sometimes they ask the resident for like feedback, but still like at the end of the day, the attending is the one doing the evaluation, which is for a grade. And yeah, what I have to learn is that like you're not always gonna get a perfect eval. I'm learning this early on. No matter how hard you work, some attendings just don't think that a third year medical student deserves 100. Like, and that's just, you just have to deal with it. So
so I feel like 100 to them is like you're at my level and you ain't at my level. So type of thing. It's been very like hours wise, OB has been trying my spirits. Okay. Like I'm coming from psychiatry. Let me break this down. Let me just express to you.
She don't know how to
Let me express to you the difference, okay? We were going in at like 9. We was leaving at like 11:30. That's 2 hours. 2.5 hours. On OB, sis, you are waking up. I wake up at 3:45. Jesus. We have to, I take a shower before that because I ain't got time. I'm trying to sleep as much as I can. 4 o'clock latest. Okay. Because, you gotta push your alarm a few times. You gotta set multiple alarms.
Like 6.
And then I leave my house like 4:30, get to the hospital, change into, because we have to wear hospital scrubs. Change into that. By 5 o'clock, I'm at the unit where I need to be rounding on my patients. And rounding just means there's certain patients that were admitted to the hospital, whether they're in the antepartum unit, which means they're still pregnant, just waiting, they have some type of, condition where they need to be watched or monitored, sorry. And then there's the postpartum patients who just had a baby. You gotta watch for them, make sure they ain't, anything wrong with them, any complications, make sure they good. And then most of them stay like 1 to 2 days. But, so we have to round on certain patients. We get like 1 patient to round on. And then we present what we found, our findings to the resident. After that, then we go down and we go to checkout. And checkout is basically like where the night team is telling the day team what patients are on the unit and like what their management was and like what they did and like here's what the next steps are. And just hand over the patient to them. So we get to watch that and we get to see the new interns doing that, and sis, they are so nervous, and it's great because you know that by the end of their intern year they're gonna be like pros at this stuff. And after that, we round. Well, not round. After that, we round because the day team has to introduce themselves to the patient. So we go to each room and introduce ourselves, and then wait for the babies to come. And after that, we check out around like 5:15. So my days usually are 5 to 5:15 every day. It's a good 12-hour day. And if checkout takes forever, I haven't been on a team yet where checkout takes forever because I haven't been with the interns yet. But I heard they take like an hour to check out, and usually it's like 30 minutes, 20 minutes chilling. But yeah, so usually OB days you're doing 12-hour days. Even if you're on outpatient, we still have for the hospital that I'm at, salty.
So we don't get to, so like during third year, you get to preference where you want to be and who you want to be with sometimes. But for OB is a 1 rotation that you cannot request anything. And if you do, you were like,
they know, they tell you don't.
Yeah, so if you do request, it's not a good look at all.
All the rules.
So, yeah.
So for where I'm at, we have to still round on the antepartum patients in the morning and then go to clinic in the afternoon or in late morning/afternoon, which is fine. Like I don't know anything different, so it's not like I can complain about much, But overall, OB is cool. Just the hours are long. And I don't want to be. Sometimes you just don't want to be there. Sometimes you want to go home.
It's true.
And you want to study because it's hard. Because when you come back from a 12-hour shift, you don't feel like studying.
That's the hardest thing, finding time to study.
Finding the motivation to study.
Yeah. But on family, I have the weekends off, so it's nice.
On OB, you have the weekends off. Sorry, guys. Yes, it's not it's not bad at all. But for surgery, I got all the weekends.
Only get 1 day off a week.
They're working us like slaves, y'all.
That's good. Yeah, that's when we gonna really be MIA.
Yeah,
we have that
one video a month.
end of our third year. So.
And then studying for step right after that, step 2.
And I have OB and surgery back to back, so pray for me, y'all.
But she has psych and OB.
Yeah, and those are the 2 things that I'm interested in. So by November, your girl is probably gonna know what she want to do.
Yeah,
and be like solidified in
exciting.
it. So hopefully, unless I just go through both of those, and I don't like that.
I just really like y'all. My biggest fear is going through rotation every single
not
rotation and not finding
anything.
anything.
But the thing is, if we go through those and still don't like anything, there's other specialties.
That's true.
So like, cause we don't get to do like the subspecialties. Like you can only do those for electives. So like if you're interested in emergency, because I know some schools like emergency is a required rotation. For us, it's not. So there's an elective for that. There's like electives for like ortho, ophthalmology, like all of those things, urology, all those things. There's electives for derm, you know. But yeah, so I gotta start figuring that stuff out now.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's our update for OB, y'all.
Family medicine. I wish I could tell you more, but honestly, I feel like it's gonna be the same. So.
Yeah, nothing really gonna change that much.
You see everything, present, plan, assessment, know your guidelines.
Yes,
that's about it.
So yeah, after this, we have a week off. Okay,
yes.
And we're going to Atlanta.
ATL.
So we're gonna have fun with that. We'll probably vlog that trip.
And let us know if any of y'all are like from ATL, you know, let us
know
know about what to do.
Yeah, put in the
Because I've been like once before, but like I want new stuff to do.
Restaurants.
Yeah, we're gonna check out the Trap Museum.
Yes.
Because I didn't go last time I was there.
I want to go to Candy Restaurant for sure.
Yeah.
Old Lady Gang.
Yeah, let us know, you know, fun things to do.
Yeah, so you know, don't forget to like, comment,
subscribe,
and
share with a friend or 2 or 5
or 10 or 20. Repost us on your story. Let us know when you watching us and stuff, so we can repost y'all watching us. And if you guys have any questions, of course, email us and DM us. Y'all always do that. Y'all, you know, we cool. We a virtual friends, y'all. But yeah, so we will see you in our next video.
Bye.
Bye.